Hi everyone and welcome back, and what I'm going to be talking about today is confirming your position using a map and compass. Right then, so when you're in the outdoors it's really important, especially if you're out trekking on the hills, like in the areas like what I see behind me here, to know where you are at all times, okay? And I think there's too much reliance put on technology nowadays with things like smartwatches, GPS, stuff like that. If you know the absolute basics using a map and a compass, then you're definitely going to help yourself out when things go sour. So if your electronic device like a GPS, if it breaks, if the batteries run out, loses signal, the Russians invade Ukraine and they shut off all the flipping satellites, something like that, then you've still got the basics, in your back pocket to be able to navigate and find your way from A to B and not get hopelessly lost. And things can go quite badly downhill really quickly when you're out in the wilderness like where we are here. It looks really nice and sunny, doesn't it? But it's actually quite chilly. The wind's blowing. I've got myself in a dip here to get out of the wind because of the audio, but the wind is actually dropping my body temperature quite rapidly here. If I was to turn an ankle, if I was out in the middle of nowhere and people wasn't to see me, then you could actually find yourself in a really sticky predicament pretty quickly. So knowing where you are and being able to get yourself from A to B, back to your car, back to safety, is a really important skill to have. And I'm going to go through a mnemonic that I used in the army called DDCRAPS to explain how to do that. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to orientate my map using a silver compass. So what this will do, this will orientate the map so it's pointing north as it is on the ground, and I can start matching up with things that I can see on the ground to what's on the map. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my silver compass and I'm going to set it to north by putting that north underneath the red line on the compass. Then I'm going to take my compass, place it on top of the map, so the edge of the compass is lined up with the eastings. That's the lines pointing straight up and down the map, the vertical lines. And then I'm going to rotate the compass so that the red arrow is over the top of the red arrow on the compass housing there, like so. And that is the map now orientated. So if I hold the map and keep it in that direction, I know I'm over in this area here somewhere, but I don't know exactly. I can start matching the things on the ground with what's on the map. Okay, so that mnemonic then is DDCRAPS. So DDCRAPS stands for direction, distance, conventional signs, relief, alignment, proximity and shape. Alrighty, I know I'm somewhere around this area here. What I've got for the first D then, direction, is I can look at what's in front of me. I've orientated the map so things are kind of laid out as they should be in front of me, and I can see straight away I've got this kind of unusual shaped small little lake, and the direction of it matches exactly the direction I can see on the ground. Over here, approximately 800 metres away, I've got a farmyard, and when I look at the ground over slightly right, I can see the farmyard there in the distance. Distance then, again going from this unusually shaped lake to me is around about 200 metres on the ground. So if I go from there, come back about 200 metres, it places me about this position there. So straight away that's pretty much given me where I am on the ground. Okay, relief then, you've got this mega obvious feature here. It's the highest point, it's got a trig point on it as well, and that is just over to my right. So if I look up to my right now, just over the brow of that hill is the trig point. So there's the relief there. So I've got a really obvious feature here. Also behind me the ground drops away massively, very steeply, so that's the relief for the ground there. That's pretty much, it's not far off a cliff at places, you can see the outcrops of the hill there. Okay, alignment. If I could see, I can't actually see these roads, but if I could see, they're not too far off this junction is this farmyard, and looking from me, so just off my line of sight would be this road junction and the farmyard, but actually I can't see that because of the lay of the land. But if you can find anything that lines up, and it doesn't always work, but sometimes features on the ground may align up with where you are in relation to each other. Okay, proximity then, what you can do is work out how close you are to things, and how things close are to each other as well. So again, looking at this lake here, it's about 200 metres from me, and you know that works out really well. And the S then is shape. So what I've got is the shape of the ground that I'm actually stood on. This feature kind of juts out like so, and going from the shape of the ground, then I know I'm going to be around about this position here. And also looking at the lake again, the shape of that lake is super obvious. It's got this little point that comes out, and you can see that actually on the ground just over there. Okay, so that's confirming your position using an good old-fashioned map and compass, all right? It's all very well using electronic devices like GPSs and smartwatches and stuff, but as we all know, sod's law, you will find yourself in a tight corner at some position if you're totally relying on those and you haven't got the basic skills to navigate. So it's really good to be able to navigate, practice those skills out on the hills where it matters. Using that Mnemonic DDCRAPS and orientating your map can actually, really get you out of a sticky spot when it matters. So if anyone else has got any other tips and hints and ideas about that sort of thing, put them in the comment section below, and look forward to hearing what you've got to say. And don't forget, stay prepared.